Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Shot Pattern. Today we will be taking a look at the key US stocks that we have been following for quite some time in this segment. This video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. So we are looking at the daily chart of Apple, and what we have here is just a recap, because this is the weekend edition of the report. We have this ABCD formation which took us down right here in this area. You can see that in this purple uh, formation lines A, B, C, D, and this is where pretty much the low came in. Also, we had a channel formation and the stock was moving in this channel. So here what we have to note is that the stock is actually reaching also the top of the channel one more time. It has had one attempt here. Now it's attempting the second one here. What is also to note is that our initial target was about $150 per share level that was met quite a while ago, and then the market had been just moving in a trading range, and then it broke out of the trading range, and we had a higher target of about $165 to $166 per share level at a on the daily chart. And this is where the stock price is actually at the moment, and it's hovering around this area. So these are the key things that we have to make a note of in this current price movement. So we have some channel resistance coming in, and also it is reaching the upper targets as of now. Going to the weekly chart here. So on the weekly chart, the stock looks pretty strong from a price action perspective. The price is above the 200-day weekly average, moving average, and also the 20-week moving average. Also, is just trading in a trading range since going back to December 2021, and now the stock is approaching towards the upper end of the trading range. So on the weekly, we do have a possibility or a kind of a target of an ABCD formation and the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement coming around 171 to $175 per share level. And with the price closing around $165 per share level, it's not too far away. There's a possibility that price can go and target about 170 to $171 per share level. On the momentum basis, the stock is pretty strong. What is really key from a longer term perspective is whether the stock is actually able to break out of this trading range, and if it does, then that is something really bullish, because it would mark another cycle starting for this stock. Um, on the downside, if you have been watching our videos, and also we did a special video for only the Apple stock and the Microsoft. I'll put a link towards the end of this video. Uh, and here, what is really important is this low here. So this is the low around $129 per share level. We had a number of these Fibonacci retracements coming together to form a level of confluence. Pretty very strong. We have had 1, 2, 3. Also the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement here, going all the way back to December of 2018. So this low is a very significant low, and what we have seen is that the price actually made an attempt to take this low out, but on a weekly basis it closed higher, and ever since it has not looked back. So this is really important, this $126 per share level right here. So this is what we are looking at in the stock of Apple. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Alright guys, so the Microsoft stock, it's forming a very interesting pattern formation, which is highlighted here in yellow. So in here, our initial target was met a long time ago. Then we had a $277 per share level as our target, and the stock was pretty strong, and when it began to break out of that, then we were looking at a possible of $290 per share level because of this 1.618 Fibonacci expansion. And also, if you look on the left hand side, we have this structural resistance here. So what it means is that there is a possibility of a double top, and and the price could actually pull back from here. And also, I would like to draw your attention on this daily chart about this pattern formation, which is highlighted in yellow. So this is a three drives to a top pattern, which is right under the highs, reached back all the way, going back to the 22nd of November 2021. So it's below the highs, and it has a really good symmetry in terms of Fibonacci retracement. So this high came in, it was the 1.272 expansion right here, and here we have the 1.618 expansion of this one. And if I just draw this uh, right here, let me just draw the expansion here, and 1.272. So this one, the 1.618 comes, in about a $5 target right here. So there are a number of things coming together. So what it means is that we need to pay really careful attention to that. And I would also like to draw your attention to this blue target, triangles formed here. This pattern, this was a three drives to a bottom pattern when it was forming, and when it formed after that, the price has been moving higher. However, the pattern, it wasn't its on first attempt that we found a bottom. Actually, the price came in this zone or the region, and we also had this channel moving really nicely here. There was an initial bounce, and then the price came to retest and formed this double bottom formation. It's not a perfect double bottom, but I would just call it a double bottom, and it just retested the lows, and formed another residual low here, and bounced off this channel formation. Has just been moving higher, but there have been really strong retracements in this one as well. So this is what we are watching, this pattern formation. What it could mean is that maybe the stock goes up to $295 per share level. If it does that, then that's really good, because what it means is it has taken out the swing high, and that's a change in the structure of the market cycles. And what it also means is that from here, if the price actually begins to retrace, it could have a pullback, and we'll be watching for support levels. And if those support levels get broken, it's possible that it just begins to come back right to this channel formation, and we'll just keep you guys updated. And what we're looking at here is on the weekly basis. On the weekly basis, you can just see that it's just reaching this possible resistance area, because of the top coming from here. And for now, this is what we are watching. And let's quickly take a look at this is a really longer term monthly basis here. $298 per share level is a pretty strong level, which could give cause a strong resistance, because 61.8% retracement. On the daily, I believe we were getting about $295 per share level, because the 1.618 expansion coming from one of those pattern formations in yellow that we had seen. On a longer term basis, this low formed here around the $215 per share level, guys. This is really, really important. As long as this is held as a key support level, then the prices are more likely to move higher. If it gets broken, then we have to look at the market, this stock, in a different way, because it could mean that we are actually in an A, B, C, D 1-to-1 price projection moving lower. So that will be a different way to look at this stock. But for now, there's a higher chance or higher probability, even though we might be hitting resistance, there's going to be a pullback. So we will just view it more as a pullback, um, and watch for support levels till they get broken. So guys, let's move to the other stock, Tesla. I'm gonna move really quick on these stocks now. So Tesla, guys, what we are watching for a long time is the $210 per share level, because breaking above this on a consistent consecutive daily closes basis is positive for the stock. And what it would mean is that we might be in an 1-to-1 formation, A, B, C, D higher. There's still is taken out the $210 per share level to the upside, and there is a chance that we might be actually in A, B, C, D formation which could actually see the stock trade down to about 145, about 155 to perhaps even $145 per share level, coming back right into this gap and closing this gap right here. Now let's take a look at Amazon really quick. So guys, the Amazon stock, there's a chance that we think that it might be moving in an ABCD formation higher to about $120 per share level. However, the stock, it doesn't look as strong as Apple or Microsoft. So this one is a little bit tricky one, and we need to be watching this one closely. So as long as the price is above this 96.33 level, $96.33 level, there's a chance it could be moving higher, perhaps even close a little bit of this smaller gap around here. Otherwise, it looks like maybe it's just going to consolidate in this range formation. So, and let's take a look at Meta platforms. Here we go. So guys, the Meta platforms, this stock is pretty strong now. For a long time we were waiting for this 38.2% retracement around $200 per share level to be reached. It took a while. It finally got there. Then we had a nice retrace, and now it has broken above that, so that's really positive for the stock. So it looks like what it's doing is perhaps going to go and challenge these highs at the 50% level at $235 per share level, and maybe try to get into this gap here. Okay, then let's take a look at Rblx. Okay, so what we think is that Rblx is actually also moving into this one-to-one formation, the ABCD, and anywhere between 57 or $58 per share level to about $61 per share level. However, there are a number of resistance levels which it needs to overtake. So it's right here in this zone which we had identified, and if it's able to successfully take over this, then the other structural resistance is around $53 around here coming from this point B. If it's able to take that, then the chances of this moving into this and closing this gap, they will increase. So this is what we are watching. Rblx. Let's take a look at Netflix. So guys, I think now we will also include one more stock, which is Netflix, and we will try to actually watch this on a daily basis, what the price is doing. So if you look at the Netflix stock, there's a fairly dramatic fall in the stock price, kind of something which we have seen in you can say something like Tesla, but of course the fundamentals are different for both of these stocks. So fairly dramatic decline, and then around the May of 2022, almost about a year ago, it began to consolidate and then began to break out of it, and it has had a fairly good rally. And where it is right at the moment is basically right here, which is the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement right here. So I'm gonna actually write this. So 0.382 retracement right here. Let me put it in a box just to highlight it. Here we go. And what the stock has done is actually it has retraced right into the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement, coming all the way from here. So let me actually draw a line like this, and all it has done is it has formed a quite a big range. I think it's about $30, no more than that actually. Yeah, it's about, what is it, about nearly 70, about $80 range so far. So here what we have to look at is whether the stock is actually going to break out of the range, and when, and also the question will be whether it's going to break to the upside or the downside. We don't know yet. Looks like it might just continue in a range formation for quite a while. So the two possibilities are, if it actually break out of this range to the upside, then the pattern formation will begin to look at is that A, B, C, D one-to-one projection, which can actually take the stock much higher. The other one, there is a possibility that it might actually find resistance, as it has already done that. It might be actually moving in a one-to-one A, B, C, D formation right here towards the $275 to roughly about $270 per share level. So let me actually highlight this. So the kind of zone right here in this zone. So there's a possibility it's actually trying to do that. And if in fact it will do that, then what it'll mean is that it'll be like an A, B, C, D, perhaps a correction, and then if it begins to move out of here, we'll be watching that on a daily basis. Then now we could have further clues whether it is actually starting A, B, C, and starting a C, D leg to the upside. So guys, this is what we are watching in these stocks. The video is getting a little bit long. If you like our analysis, how we look at these markets and use technical analysis using Fibonacci retracement and pattern recognition, then please do subscribe to the channel. If you find the video of educational value, then please do hit the like button. That way I know that people find value in these videos. So I'll just create more for educational purposes. Thank you very much. Good luck and good trading.